Hi, I'm Claire Cousins from Textiles East Fair, and this is why this video is here today, because I'm going to tell you a bit more about the fair that's in a couple of weeks' time. It's not long now. So anyway, I'm Claire Cousins. As I say, my daughter was Charlotte Cousins, and together with my husband and her boyfriend, we run the fair as a family event in St Ives in Cambridgeshire. I have to keep saying Cambridgeshire because people keep thinking St Ives is in Cornwall, and yes, there is one down there, but the one in St Ives where we're set up is at the Burgess Hall, and it's just not far from Cambridge. So if you know where Cambridge is, we're quite close to Cambridge. So let me explain a bit more about the fair itself. We have two exhibiting groups, we have lots of traders, and we have make and take tables. So I'm going to break it down and explain to you more about the event. So the exhibition groups is Out of the Fold. Now that is a group of 12 artists, and they all meet near Bury St Edmunds. And at the fair they will be exhibiting a series of works on the theme of unfolding. The other exhibiting group, Stitch Wild, is an eclectic group of textile and mixed media artists working in both traditional and non-traditional techniques and materials in a quirky way. And their theme this year is Anything Goes. The retailers and traders are as follows. We've got Roy's Material World, and he's travelled all the way from Leicester, and he has stunning fabrics from all over the world, such as pure English wools, Swiss laces, Italian designer, modal jerseys, denims, cotton, lawns, viscose, and much, much more. We've got Anne Brooks of Hannah Made, and I'm sure you've seen her YouTube videos. Anne is a mixed media artist who loves to share her passion for stitching through her embroidery templates, kits, haberdashery items, and her own work and workshops, both in person and online. We have Kina handcraft designer and maker of textiles and knitted items with a love of colour and using sustainable fabrics and soft yarns. Handmade items for sale are cushions, tote bags, key rings in fabric and mittens, scarves, baby blankets and hats, and always developing new items. We've got Wildfield Fibre. She's an indie hand dyer based in Shrewsbury, specialising in British wool, local alpaca and vegan hypoallergenic tencel, selling embroidery floss and a select number of patterns and kits. Vintage and modern fabric and threads, or vintage and modern fabric to inspire, including hand, tea and rust dyed fabrics and threads in packs and singly with packs of buttons and beads. Samples will be available to view. We've got Strictly hand dyed yarns. They're based on the Isle of Wight, and all her yarn is merino based. It's dyed in her studio where her colours are inspired by the surroundings. Fire and Fibre, they're handmade unique wooden equipment for weaving and knitting, merino tops, felting needles and supplies. Goods are made on our equipment, and various haberdashery products, and they'll be doing demonstrations on their stalls all day. Under the olive tree knits, you'll find lots of lovely hand-dyed yarns, knitted patterns and exclusive knitting notions such as wooden needle gauges, coaster stitch markers and journals. The Makers Limited, they do needle felt kits, superior quality wools, tools and accessories, and Steffi Stern will be there with her signed books. They're the market leader in needle felting, working with world famous brands as well as designing their own kits. They're eco-friendly and UK made for both beginners and advanced. Tin and Floyd offer a wide variety of hand spun and hand dyed yarns, as well as various animal and plant fibres and blends, and they are dealers for Spin-O-Lotion, I might have pronounced that wrong, Spin-O-Lotion wheels. Mary McIntosh will be also joining us. She's a textile artist and tutor, and Mary will have information on her courses and workshops, as well as a range of packs for sale. Simply Vintage Designs have hand-picked antique and vintage haberdashery, lace and fabrics with craft packs, kits and gift designs for the vintage loving craft and sewing enthusiast. The Indian block print Print company will be selling a huge range of Indian wooden printing blocks, textile supplies and kits. Yelling Pig is a hand spinner and weaver, and she's selling colourful fibre, bats, rolags, hand spun yarns and art yarns, plus handmade textile items. Sheepy Things, she makes little sheeps made from British fleece, gifts for knitters, spinners, weavers, etc. She does worrying sheep, sheep earrings, sheep strings and kits, and textile art, which is quirky pictures of yew trees and haberdashery trees. Michelle James Design is a vintage inspired creative textile artist, and she does vintage and upcycle fabrics, inspirational collage kits, slow stitch embroidery kits, vintage fabric buttons and trims, individually crafted bespoke collection of heirloom hares, birds and dolls. Melly Maid Designs, she'll be bringing along her natural eco and metal dyed fabrics, Procyon dyed fabrics, transfer dyed synthetic fabrics, laces etc, and block printed pieces, inspiration packs and organzas, and patterns of her own designs and much more. The Fabric Townhouse, an online shop in St Ives, offers a fantastic selection of 100% cotton fabric from a range of well-known brands including Makawa, Lewis and Irene, Dashwood Studios and many more. Ideal for quilting, patchwork, dressmaking and general crafting. In addition, they'll be offering a great range of haberdashery and sewing themed gifts. The Woodland Haberdasher has hand carved wooden buttons, crochet hooks and other fibercraft tools. She will also be bringing along her rare breed hand spun yarn, natural plant dyes specialising in trees, weeds and woad, yarn, thread fabric and gifts. Angela Damon, another YouTuber, she brings along her love of camphor stitching and natural dyeing to the show, along with her unique book. There will be kits, fabrics, gorgeous threads and much more to tempt you. Knit One Kits will be offering crochet and knitting kits available from £10.50, with most kits being under £35, including scarves, shawls, jumpers, cows, gloves and cushion kits. Spangles will be here with their kits for beadable items, their books, their beading equipment, all the tools, wires, threads and findings you're going to need, and they've been around for 35 years and they usually will always reply, yes, we've got it. Sandra Beach, she will be bringing along her lovely hand-dyed fibres, fabrics and threads, and I have to say she's one of my personal favourites. The Creative Craftorium will be along with their creative textiles and mixed media, and she'll be talking about her workshops, equipment and creative kits. Allium Threads, that she'll be bringing along her natural hand-dyed yarn, embroidery thread, fibres, fabric and weaving yarn. They're going to be knitting patterns and kits for these. Button Up and Stitch will be bringing along their bright contemporary fabrics for quilting and dressmaking, haberdashery trims, patterns and kits. So Knit Craft, they're from Cambridge, they're a friendly family run business and they'll be selling their fabric, yarn and haberdashery. Their genomes, baninas and faff sew machines will also be on show. Crystal Rose Design Crafts, she'll be bringing a variety of beads, charms, findings, cords, ribbons and other fancy things. Tudor Rose Patchwork offers quality patchwork fabrics, patterns and kits for patchwork and crafts. She'll be bringing along her pens and paints and notions, plus their heat applied glitter film, all at reasonable prices. Lots of special offers will be available, and they'll be offering workshops and regular group opportunities in their shop, Bedfordshire. Ubrink Studio is a modern crafting space where we concentrate on fabrics, threads and mixed media textile art, so you'll get to meet Anita and find out a bit more about her studio. Pink City Fabric will be coming along too with their hand block printed fabric dresses and jackets and wraparound skirts etc, so that'd be nice to see her. Feather Stitch House Limited, Rebecca is a textile artist and you've probably seen her on YouTube as well. She's a designer and teaches passionately about unlocking creativity through embroidery, craft kits and tutorials, and her store will feature nature inspired felt craft kits, jewellery and textile art. Caroline Hyde Brown, she'll be there with signed copies of her new book, Forage and Stitch, and with a collection of her embroidery kits and framed textile art pieces to purchase. Tilly Rose, Tilly will be offering a gorgeous selection of vintage and handmade goodies, specialising in slow stitching and vintage inspired kits. She'll also be selling signed copies of her books, showcasing her new online club launching in spring. African Butterfly, they're not technically textiles as such, but I have to say without them my hair would get in the way half the time. And if I show you, this is the type of thing that they sell, and what it is, you just twist your hair. It's nice and easy to do. Twist your hair up and you clip from one side like that, and you clip from the other side like that. And they're the only importers of these clips from Africa, and they're based in Bedfordshire, so it's lovely that they're joining us too. We also then have Fab Bazaar, and they bring along a kaleidoscope of colourful world textiles, jackets, throws, scarves and homeware from India and Nepal. So that's the whole list of traders with a quick summary of what they're bringing along. I also talked about the make and take. So the make and take this year, the following companies are delivering a little make and take. That's the Indian Block Company, and you can block print your own tea towel or tote bag with them, and they're pricing their little session up on their table for £10, and you need to book on arrival with them, but you do it with them. Tudor Rose, have fun and take away your work based on embellishing your projects with the heat applied glitter film, and that they're also going to be showing you how to use their Pilot Pinter pens. So they're going to be offering demonstration on how to use the film and the pens, and then you'll get to have a little small project of your choice to have a go. Melly Maid is going to be doing create a stamp to print with. So you create a stamp and then you get to print it on some fabric or paper, which you can then stitch on at home in your own time. We've also got Angela Damon coming along with her hand stitching Kawadi patchwork, which is a quilt technique. It's a hand quilting technique where traditionally pieces of worn fabric are repurposed and stitched onto a background fabric, and she'll show you how to do a 5-inch square, and the colours will vary. Makers Limited are going to be doing some needle felting, so you can join their stand. It says here, come join the makers and experience needle felting, whether as a total beginner or somebody who's always keen to try out something new. They will teach you how to do a cute little mini landscape in a frame. Tilly Rose will be doing a make and take of explore the art of creating inchy panels. She'll have shabby habby kits containing all the ingredients to create a trio of inches exploring vintage haberdashery. The kits cost £6.50. Well, they're all the make and takes, and the reason why we do make and takes is so that you can have a go at some of the kits in a mini style, just to see if you get on with it, and then if you do, you can talk to the trader about which kits will best suit you. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope it's been useful. If you need some more information about how to get there and the cost on the door, etc., then please make your way to either our Facebook or our website, which is Textiles East Fair at wordpress.com or textileseastfair.co.uk. Thank you for joining me, and we hope you can visit us at the fair. Take care for now. Bye bye.